capability allows the detectors to be shared throughout the facility. For pediatric applications, Carestream has a system engineered DRX Plus 2530C detector. It has a small pixel pitch of 98 microns for better image quality and improved diagnostic confidence, and uses cesium iodide scintillator for low dose sensitive applications. Its lightweight allows easier positioning with orthopedic tabletop exams, and hot swap allows for a quick battery change without detector downtime. And also with our other detectors, the X factor capability allows the detector to be shared throughout the facility. Consistent image quality can also be enforced and improved through quality control. Some examples of this include automatic correction of the acquired image, exposure feedback, and tracking analysis of resources such as equipment and personnel. Carestream has approached quality control by offering a number of tools to help assist the radiographer maintain the highest level of quality control. Chest image autocorrect automatically displays chest images in the correct orientation. This not only improves workflow by reducing the time to manually rotate the image, but also provides a consistent result. IEC exposure index is provided to allow a quick assessment of the amount of radiation used to create the image, while deviation index is provided to compare the exposure used to your facility's specific target goal. The system also notifies the radiographer when the contrast noise ratio on an acquired image is outside a preset target range. And chest anatomy clipping detection outlines areas of the chest image that may have been collimated off the image to help the radiographer determine if a repeat is needed. For analysis of detector functionality, Carestream offers a TQT or total quality tool. Using a phantom and software, this tool allows for a quick determination of your detector's functionality, which is very important to maintain quality control. When incorporated into your facility's quality control program, it provides data for your detector's response over time and allows you to track MTF, contrast noise ratio, and also flat field artifacts. Administrative analysis and reporting is another tool that queries all Carestream systems in the facility and reports exposure levels per exam and per technologist or radiographer, repeat rates, repeat reasons, techniques used, and more. This digital dashboard allows you to analyze and develop improvement plans for your staff to help you improve your department's performance and maintain quality controls. You can also track your average exposure rates, rejected images, and reasons, detector statistics, including drops and TQT results. Next, we'll look at the challenges of infection control. This has always been important, but has been put into the spotlight by COVID-19. Mobile X-ray imaging often occurs in infectious areas, so it is important that the equipment be easily cleaned and disinfected. Carestream has designed their mobile X-ray system with display screens that have flat cleaning surfaces and with protection against fluid ingress. To maintain infection control with detectors, it is often bagged. When a radiographer works alone, bagging the detector can be difficult with an increased chance of dropping it. We've solved that problem by designing an extra set of hands that are built into the mobile unit, as shown on the rightmost image. The last challenge that we noted is security. Mobile X-ray imaging brings in added security risks due to its mobility and transmission of data over a wireless network. This not only includes the interception of wireless data, but also the unauthorized access to the device itself. Carestream has taken a proactive approach in a number of ways. We have transitioned our digital radiography devices to Microsoft Windows 10. This provides substantial security improvements over predecessor operating systems. We have provided secure by design elements such as intrusion protection and prevention in our products. Security also extends to preventing unauthorized access to the system. We have enforced this by providing both single and two-factor authentication. Single-factor sign-on allows user to sign in with just their badge or password, while two-factor authentication provides additional security by requiring two methods of authentication, such as a badge and a password. As far as encryption of data, data at rest encrypts the data that is written to the hard drive so it cannot be retrieved from a stolen hard drive. And then the last is data in transit encrypts data that is transmitted across a network, such as the delivery of an acquired image to a PACS. As we move into the second part of the webinar, we will cover areas where AI plays a role in digital radiography. This includes areas where Carestream had utilized AI in mobile X-ray imaging today, as well as where AI is used in DR rooms and can be potentially leveraged upon in the future of mobile X-ray imaging. Using AI in radiology imaging is not entirely new. Companies, including Carestream, have been using primitive forms of AI for limited image processing capabilities for some time now. One of the primary factors that limited artificial intelligence from being utilized in other areas was the size and cost of the hardware required to process the data in a reasonable amount of time. Today, the hardware costs and footprint for providing this processing power have decreased significantly to make this a reality. Carestream software, powered by Eclipse, focuses on using artificial intelligence in our imaging intelligence and workflow intelligence. We refer to this as intelligence in action, as our software uses proprietary algorithms as well as AI that delivers actionable, measurable results to provide a higher standard of care. As discussed earlier in the presentation, one area where Carestream has used AI for mobile X-ray imaging is bone suppression. This capability uses a powerful form of machine learning called random forest to suppress high contrast bone structures that overlap the lung region. Our most recently introduced state-of-the-art image processing is smart noise cancellation, or SNC. SNC uses deep convolutional neural networks to subtract noise and preserve detail. This is different from traditional noise reduction algorithms that rely on image smoothing, which tend to blur out anatomical detail. Best practices in radiology employ the principle of ALARA, or as low as reasonably achievable, for patient dose management. As a consequence to this practice, images tend to contain noise, and that has an impact on image quality. So a further benefit of smart noise cancellation is that it helps to support ALARA by allowing lower dose imaging without a loss in image quality when compared to our standard processing. Now let's look into smart noise cancellation in more detail. Smart noise cancellation is deep learning convolutional neural network that has been trained to predict the noise in a radiographic image. The predicted noise is then subtracted from the image to generate the noise-reduced image. Successful model development is enabled by our patented ability to inject realistic noise patterns into the clinical images from our database. This capability allows us to create the huge training data sets necessary for deep learning model development. Here's an example of smart noise cancellation applied to the image of a neonatal patient. On the left is the original capture. In the middle is the noise predicted by the deep learning model. And on the right is the noise reduced image. This is the same example from the previous slide, but shown at a higher resolution to better appreciate the differences between the images. The technique settings used to acquire the exam are displayed at the top right. In this case, it was 60 kVp with a 0.6 mass and had an IEC exposure index of 121. Here's an example of a pediatric arm. You can see from the image on the bottom how the soft tissue was cleaned up and the improved appearance of the cortical bone after cancellation image processing. Here's another example of smart noise cancellation, this time applied to a long length acquisition. The noise is cleaned up significantly if you look at the image on the bottom. Here's another example of an elbow. This was acquired at a very low exposure. You can see on the right how the trabecula in the bone is preserved. And I might say even more prominent after smart noise cancellation has been applied. Here's a crop section from an AP lumbar spine exam acquired with an anti-scatter grid. Again, smart noise cancellation cleans up the noise nicely, but also notice how well sharpness is preserved in the wire mesh of the venous stent. Smart noise cancellation is a tool that stands alone well on its own. However, its real strength is how it can be combined with other image processing features. For example, by combining smart noise cancellation with our smart grid option, we can raise the bar on image quality. This is an example of a pelvis exam acquired without an anti-scatter grid. The lack of contrast seen in the leftmost image is caused by the X-ray scatter, which masks the image detail and adds significant amount of noise. On the right is the same acquisition, but the image was processed with smart grid and smart noise cancellation. As you can see, the contrast is greatly enhanced. These magnified sections show the left femoral head. This increase in resolution better depicts how smart grid brings out the bony detail, while the smart noise cancellation keeps the noise in check. Here's another example of an exam acquired without an anti-scatter grid. Again, as shown in the image on the right, the image processed with smart grid and smart noise cancellation greatly improved the overall contrast. Magnification into the upper left lung shows a significant increase in the subject contrast of the bone, cardiac, and lung tissue, all without enhancing the noise. So smart noise cancellation overall has a number of key benefits. Improved anatomical clarity, preservation of fine detail, and better contrast to noise ratio for images acquired at a broad range of exposures. It also enables a facility to better optimize radiation dose. This is especially important in neonatal and pediatric imaging, where imaging at the lowest possible dose is critical. It also allows adjustment for the amount of noise cancellation and exposure to meet the desired image quality. Reader studies have indicated that smart noise cancellation can help alleviate physician fatigue with easier to read radiographs. And then also, lastly, it promises benefits in gridless imaging when combined with our smart grid option, where the removal of scatter typically leads to an increase in noise appearance. So smart noise cancellation is currently available in our DRX Evolution and Evolution Plus room systems, but one can certainly envision how this can be beneficial to mobile X-ray imaging as well. Another area where AI can play a role or a powerful role in digital radiography is what we call workflow intelligence. Workflow intelligence assists the radiographer with helping to automate repetitive tasks, promote consistent imaging, reduce retakes, and increase productivity. As mentioned earlier in the presentation, the two areas that Carestream has focused on for mobile X-ray that utilize artificial intelligence and also fall into the workflow intelligence area include post-acquisition chest image autocorrect and anatomy clipping detection. Chest image autocorrect automatically displays the chest images in the proper orientation, reducing the need for the radiographer to manually correct the image. And as we talked about earlier, the chest anatomy clipping detection also outlines areas of the chest anatomy that may have been collimated off the image to help the radiographer determine if a repeat is needed. Another new area where Carestream has utilized AI to assist the radiographer is what we call a smart room. Smart room uses camera input to automatically take care of the mundane and repetitive tasks of manually positioning the equipment, adjusting the collimation, and setting technique, allowing the radiographer to spend more time on what is more important, the patient. Additionally, patient positioning feedback can help provide more consistent imaging. Although these capabilities apply to a DR room today, one can certainly envision how some of them can be leveraged on mobile X-ray imaging. I'm now going to show a brief video of how these capabilities work in action.
Carestream Image View software, powered by Eclipse, uses AI technology and proprietary algorithms to significantly increase the value of the entire imaging chain, from capture to diagnosis. Our smart features incorporate AI technology to automate a radiographer's manual tasks to save time during the exam process. Let's take a closer look at our new workflow efficiency features using the DRX Compass X-ray system. Video Assist provides the patient with pictures or video of the optimal position that is needed for the required exam.
Would you check
Audio
the video,
Assist
please?
provides direct audio communication assistance to the patient during the exam, from
Can
beginning
you repeat that?
to end. Smart Auto Position automatically moves the wall stand and tube head according to the active view.
There is no video, Ron. It's only we can hear it, but we cannot see anything.
Okay, thank you. Okay, yep.
Carestream Image View software, powered by Eclipse, uses AI technology and proprietary algorithms to significantly increase the value of the entire imaging chain, from capture to diagnosis. Our smart features incorporate AI technology to automate a radiographer's manual tasks to save time during the exam process. Let's take a closer look at our new workflow efficiency features using the DRX Compass X-ray system. Video Assist provides the patient with pictures or video of the optimal position that is needed for the required exam. Audio Assist provides direct audio communication assistance to the patient during the exam, from beginning to end. Smart Auto Position automatically moves the wall stand and tube head according to the active view and patient height. Available for a standard PA chest at the wall stand. Patient Position Monitoring provides the radiographer with a live view of the patient via a camera that is mounted on the tube head. This allows the radiographer to ensure the patient is safe and in the proper position. Smart Patient Positioning will automatically verify the patient position, collimation area, and AEC coverage to provide positioning suggestions to the radiographer on the console. The radiographer can then provide guidance to the patient on needed adjustments and can adjust collimation or other variables if needed based on the suggestions. Available for a standard adult PA chest at the wall stand. Smart Collimation will adjust the collimator's light field in accordance with the detected width of the patient in front of the wall stand bucky. There are 3 preset widths and 4 preset collimation sizes available. Smart Technique automatically detects the patient size to apply an appropriate APR setting, which has been previously configured by the facility. For more information, contact your local Carestream representative.
I apologize for that. I had that in the wrong screen. Okay. So that concludes the short video of our smart room. So we see a number of key benefits to the smart room. These include optimization of equipment positioning, so less time is spent by the radiographer adjusting the equipment and more time can be spent with the patient. Also, the patient positioning feedback, smart collimation, and smart technique can also help improve image consistency and potentially reduce retakes. If needed, the automated capabilities can also improve infection control. And overall, all these capabilities can enable improved radiographer workflow and better patient care. So that covers the two areas of the webinar. So to summarize, we have first of all shown how many of the advances in mobile X-ray imaging help address the key challenges being seen not only in the ICU and the emergency department, but anywhere mobile X-ray imaging is needed. We have also summarized some of the advances where AI can play a powerful role in addressing the challenges in radiography. With some of our software powered by Eclipse, CareStream has taken the approach of utilizing AI to provide intelligence and action by delivering actionable, measurable results to provide a higher standard of care. So this time I want to thank everyone for your attention, and I will open up the session for questions and answers.
Excuse me, Ron, before that, can I just brief in Arabic for what we have talked about? Just maybe I'll take 5 or 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right. السلام عليكم. بس المحاضرة كانت المهندس رون طبعا أعطاها، كان بيتكلم عن موضوعها استخدام الذكاء الصناعي في التصوير الطبي داخل غرف العناية الحديثة وغرف العمليات. الموضوع كان بيتكلم عن موضوعين أساسيات: ما هو الجديد في مجال التصوير عن طريق الجهاز الأشعة المتحرك، والموضوع الثاني الأماكن استخدام الذكاء الصناعي في التصوير الطبي من خلال جهاز الأشعة المتحرك. طبعا تكلموا أول شيء عن المعوقات اللي بتواجهنا في التصوير الطبي على جهاز الأشعة المتحرك. في عندنا تقريبا 5 معوقات اللي هي الحركة، الإنتاجية، وضوح الصورة، مكافحة العدوى، والسرية والأمان. الحركة طبعا تجنبناها احنا بوجود العمود الأساسي انه بينزل بيساعد بالرؤية، وبحركة تسهيل بتقلل الجهاز طبعا صغر حجمه وحركته المتناسقة بيوصل لأماكن، والتيوب بيوصل لأماكن أبعد، فاستخدامه داخل العناية الحديثة ممكن احنا نحطه ما بين سريرين وناخذ الصور بدون الحاجة لتحريك الجهاز، فقط نحرك التيوب. الإنتاجية طبعا الإنتاجية عن طريق الدخول بالبطاقة، نعمل لوج اون عن طريق البطاقة، فبالتالي بتسرع بالوقت. الجهاز بيكون شغال ستاند باي على طول. وجود شاشتين عندنا بالجهاز، هدوء في حركته، جميع الموتورات تشتغل بهدوء تام، ويوجد ضوء للمساعدة. الضوء الأبيض بيعطيك إنه الجهاز غير جاهز، إذا كان أخضر الضوء بيعمل لك إنديكيشن إنه الجهاز جاهز للتصوير، وأصفر بيعطي أشعة. طبعا في عندنا الديتكتور بنشحنه احنا لما نكون محطوط بالبن، فهذه كمان بتزيد البرودكتيفيتي. اختيار الديتكتور اوتوماتيكي، ممكن احنا نختار يكون عندنا كذا ديتكتور، وعن طريق كبسة زر بنختار الديتكتور رقم 1 أو رقم 2 أو رقم 3. وهذه طبعا موجود عندنا الاكس فاكتور. الاكس فاكتور ممكن نعمل شير ديتكتور بين أجهزة الموبايل أو الأجهزة الثابتة حتى، أو اثنيناتهم مع بعض. وضوح الصورة طبعا عندنا الإكليبس. وفي انواع الديتكتور، عندنا ديتكتور لوكس جديد، لوكس 35، اللي بيختلف عن الديتكتور الحالي انه ما في جلاس، فبالتالي ممكن انه يكون بيتحمل اكثر السقوط والامور هذه. وتكلم عن مراقبة الجودة. في عندنا مكافحة العدوى. الشاشة الموجودة عندنا مصممة لسهولة التنظيف وحمايتها من السوائل. برضو عندنا ديتكتر مضاد للماء، والجديد مصمم في سهولة الحمل، انك تحمله بالايد اسهل من السابق. طبعا السرية والامان، تكلم المهندس رون عن السرية والامان، انه استخدموا عدة authentication عشان يا اما نعمل عن طريق السواب الباج، او عن طريق اليوزر يوزر نيم وباسورد. الجزء الثاني يتكلم عن الذكاء الصناعي. طبعا استخدمنا الذكاء الصناعي احنا عدة امور، منها البون سبريشن اللي ازاله العظام. ممكن احنا الصوره اللي بدنا اياها عن طريق السوفت وير نشيل العظام، فبتبين عندنا السوفت تيشو فقط. وبعدين النويز كانسليشن، ازاله الضجيج او عدم الوضوح البصري بالصوره. والسمارت جريد، الان فينا نستخدم احنا السمارت جريد مع ازاله الضجيج مع بعض. من فوائدها بتعطينا زياده وضوح الصوره مع ابقاء التفاصيل الدقيقه كما هي، تقليل جرعه الاشعه على المريض وعلى الفني، بتجعلك تتحكم بكميه التقليل انت بتتحكم فيها اذا بدك تزيدها او تقللها، بتساعد بالتشخيص. وحتى مع الصورة بتطلع عندك مع استخدام الجريد أو بدون استخدام الجريد، بتطلع لك صورة جيدة. الآن الذكاء بسير العمل، طبعا عندنا تصحيح ذاتي للصورة، معرفة التفاصيل الأجزاء الداخلية. كمان استخدمنا الاي اي في الغرف الذكيه لجهاز الاشعه الثابته بوجود كاميرا بتحط لك وضع التصوير الجهاز اوتوماتيك طبعا، تحديد مصدر الاشعه برضه اوتوماتيك، واختيار الكي في والملي امبير سكند التكنيك اوتوماتيك، واعطاء ملخص للمريض عن الوضعيه. الفائده من الغرفه الذكيه، افضل وضع لجهاز لاخذ الصوره، تحسين استمرارية وجودة الصور الإشعاعية باستمرار، وتقليل إعادة أخذ الصور، وبرضو ساعدت في تحسين مكافحة العدوى وتحسين الأداء لموظفي الإشعاع عن طريق معرفة إذا في أخطاء معينة معرفتها في المستقبل. هذه تقريبا الشغلات اللي غطاها الأخرون. والآن يعني احنا جاهزين عشان أي سؤال، والمهندس رون جاهز يرد عليكم. تفضلوا.
السلام عليكم. شكرا أستاذ قاسم، شكرا على الإضافة وتوضيح للنقاط باللغة العربية. Thank you, Mr. Ron. We will go ahead and take some time for questions now. Just a reminder, please be sure to type your questions in the chat box in your control panel. الأخت أريج ياسين.
Okay.
الأخت أريج، اعملي unmute. You can use the mic.
Okay. So I don't see any questions at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if there is no question, we can end and wrap up the meeting.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you, Mr. Ron. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here. Thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you next time, inshallah. Thank you,
Great.
everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.